Hey, Andrew Pock here. I want to do a quick video to talk to you about having a website that reflects your local market, especially if you're a loan officer or a real estate agent or insurance agent who specializes in your local area, and you want people to see that and feel it as soon as they hit your page. Now, obviously, an image tells a story, right? 1,000 words. So if I hit your site, it's very important for that site to reflect that you're a local expert, for me to see it, for me to feel it as soon as I hit your page. Now, what kind of inspired this video, because we see a lot of this kind of stuff, these disconnections, all these little disconnects lead to lost clients, right? So a colleague and I sat down, he's talking to a loan officer who had his website built by a mortgage website design company. Now, they're good guys. They build some cool stuff. Problem is, on his site, other than, of course, typically like lack of lead capture, no conversion optimization, some of those clear things, his site had another issue. Was he's a local Marietta guy, Marietta, California. That's his bread and butter. That's his expertise. 100% of his business is local Marietta area. His site had a giant skyline, like big city skyscrapers, is on the water. It's kind of weird. We're like, Marietta, I mean, what is this skyline? I knew it wasn't New York, so my colleague and I were laughing. We're like, is this Chicago? I mean, what is this? So we did a Google image search. None of us have been to Chicago, so we just looked it up, and lo and behold, it was Chicago. So local Marietta guy, that's his bread and butter. That's all his business is in that local market. You hit his site, it's a giant, beautiful, I mean, it's a good picture, photo of Chicago and these giant skyscrapers. It's on the water. It was just so weird to see that. It's like, do you do commercial loans? Where are you? What is this? So, I mean, people overlook this kind of stuff, and his website company has the best of intentions. They picked a pretty looking photo and they plugged it into his website. So they didn't really think about the strategy and what that could mean for, local people in his area hitting that site, and the disconnect that they would feel and the confusion that happens just from something like that when you hit a page and it's just like, wait, where am I? What is this? Is this guy local? All of that leads to lost clients. They don't call to report it to you necessarily and say, hey, I was on your website, I thought you were a Marietta guy, but then I saw Chicago and I just didn't know what to think and I left. You just lose people. They just disappear. They don't call to report it to you, and there goes a loan or a client, and that could be thousands of dollars out the window over, a weekly, monthly, however long it is that you have clients hitting your site where these kinds of things are disconnected. So, quick fix, it's easy. Get a picture on there that reflects your local market, something like that. It's almost like, if we're going for a beautiful photo, I mean, why not just have like the Serengeti or something, or like a gecko or a lizard or something, if we're just looking for a pretty looking picture, because this was so far off his local area and what he does. Again, having fun, kind of tongue-in-cheek with that, but, let's look at how do we make it look and feel and smell local. So I hit your site, I know it's local, you're the expert, you want to make sure you have that. Use that to your advantage. If you're up against a lot of these big national companies, use what you've got and compete on that, right? So that's one quick important detail. If you're using a website design company, and you see that your image does not reflect your local area, help them out. A lot of these people aren't marketing folks. They'll just try to make it look nice. If it's a house, make sure the home reflects your local market. It's not like a desert looking home if you're in, out east or whatever. All these little things make a difference. So quick fix, simple. Look at your site. Does it reflect who you are? Does it reflect your local market? If not, make that adjustment. It can make a difference. It's an easy fix. Other than that, have an awesome 4th of July. I'll catch you real soon with another video.